join us. This is Enterprise Friday, reaching you from Enterprise Television. Well, of course, doing this from our headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Henry Igwebike, and we'll be starting off today with our newspapers, and right after that will be our main conversation also for today. Please do well to be part of what we do. Have a say in what we say. You can always find and reach us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. We're very so honored to have with us right here in our studios Innocent Aduluba, journalist, public affairs analyst. Thank you so very much, Innocent, and good morning.
My pleasure to be here.
Thank you. All right, so let's start off today with the Punch newspaper for this morning. And we have a sketchy reportage making the Punch, because every other front page of the newspaper is populated with the advertorial celebration for the midterm of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it's coming from no other person but from Tantita, owned by Tom Polo, who is in charge of our oil rigs and the pipelines wherever they are in Nigeria. But of course, let's see what we can squeeze out, from the newspapers. We have the midterm review. APC fights back as Labour counters Tinubu's scorecard. And we have a rider here, ruling party, Rebado defends Tinubu's reforms. NLC, TUC, Amnesty decry worsening hardship and insecurity. Innocent Aduluba, this is a day after 24 months of Tinubu's stay in office. Lots of kickbacks from different descents. Labour Party, PDP, it's coming now. So do you think that would in any way cause a little bit of dent on the APC and what it is trying to paint, the picture that is?
No, the APC is a very satisfied party. They've done well in 2 years.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You are being ironical, isn't it?
Go and ask Nuhu Rebado. You read his name. Mm-hmm. Ask Tantita, a vendor to the government. So you can see that the summary of those praising the APC are people affiliated or benefiting from the APC. I'm looking for a commendation for the APC from many other quarters.
From Nigerians?
Like Governor Akinwumi Ambode was an APC governor. Mm-hmm. Non-APC people could see what he does and attest. So it doesn't mean you are a whaler or whatever word used. In the last election past, somebody, let me use the word, a newbie, like Peter Obi, came to challenge established men like Atiku Abubakar, His Excellency former Vice President, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and you could see what he pulled. So we are looking for, when you read your scorecard, the commendations will come across the divide. It does. I've called Akinwumi Ambode, he's from APC. I've called Peter Obi, Labour Party. It's across the divide.
Now, would you say the same of late President Yar'Adua? He spent 2 years before, of course, he got called by the Almighty. I do not know. Can you cast your mind back to his midterm, 2 years after his coming into power? Do you think if we juxtapose it with that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is there any difference?
I think this is what people call apples and oranges. The same Peter Obi I mentioned is on the national media praising from his Labour Party enclave a PDP president for intervening in a labor crisis in Anambra, sending security to protect him and ensure his safety. So the scorecard, well, we are all mortals, our lives are finite. But the scorecard of His Excellency President Umar Yar'Adua are impressive economy-wise. In the case of President Tinubu, I have been looking for something physical to point at.
Something tangible.
As one of his achievements. The only one I can say is the Lagos Calabar superhighway. And for me, a superhighway in 2025 that is taking just 3 vehicles on one lane. Go to social media and take a look at what they call the Los Angeles Harbor Freeway. Los Angeles Harbor Freeway, or highways in China. So if we are not there, we should be halfway there. What we have is not different from the road from Shagamu.
Lagos Ibadan.
Shagamu into Lagos. And I don't know if that one is super yet. But this one that is the same at par with it is super. You know, but as in that's something physical on ground. What's it called?
The student loan, at least we can hold people that have received. Well, we have not seen anyone physically to say he benefited from the student loan, but at least I've watched on television those from different universities that have said they are beneficiaries.
Is it the 900,000 people?
No, yes, among the 900, but of course, university undergraduates, about 300,000 of them benefited from the student loan.
Out of how many?
Out of 1.9 million undergraduate students in public schools.
So 300,000 out of about 2 million?
Yes.
What percentage is that? If you have done half term, your number should be nearly half that number, you know. So you can hear from Amnesty, who are non-partisan. Amnesty had fought the PDP.
Yeah.
Amnesty is fighting the APC. So Amnesty is a neutral body. You can hear what they are saying, Henry. President Tinubu's scorecard is impressive to those who are affiliates of the APC, APC vendors, those sympathetic to the APC, and prematurely, before President Tinubu's speech, 7 days before, the APC governors already endorsed him. So making his report academic and unnecessary. I think, as it were, it is the masses that are the victims of this administration. The masses are voiceless. The masses are choiceless in the absence of a visible opposition party for them to maybe make up their mind. It was opposition party APC where, when they clinched power and unsat the PDP government.
Yeah, because this is looking like what you can only see in Russia with Vladimir Putin. Always everyone endorsing him, saying how good he has been as a leader, despite the fact that he has robbed off on freedom of speech in the country. But coming to Africa, one name comes to mind, Paul Biya, 95 years old and still running, still desires to run.
In Cameroon.
Yes, in Cameroon, and still desires to run in the next election.
Are there no laws there?
Of course, there are laws, but just like you did say, everyone is coming around to endorse him. Even those who should be interpreting the laws and saying, hey, Papa is old enough to relax. But of course, they are saying that he is fit good enough, that it's not physical, but he is mentally strong to do it.
You know, we are in the studio of Enterprise TV. I think Cameroon with Paul Biya are running an enterprise government. Where everybody are singing the song that favors their attachment to the president. Cameroon is a boisterous country. I remember them more with sports, where they have commanding characters from the 90s, Roger Mila, Omaibi, Kumbelipe, up to Rigobert Song. Samuel Eto'o is heading the football house now. And Patrice Mboma, their iconic midfielder in Japan. So, these are people who grew up, names who have peers doing well in other spheres of government. If Paul Biya, the president, had crossed the retirement age, can't he be rested somewhere and the fitter and a person, possibly a younger person, run the affairs of the state. Anyway, let's. How would we say it? That's Cameroon's headache as it were, though they are our neighbors.
Yes.
In Nigeria, we are running into dangerous immediate future if the APC succeeds
in 2027
in dwarfing other political opposition and standing alone. It means the fundamental right of the masses in a supposed multi-party democracy is gone.
Very, very true. There was a statement, a catch statement that you did make some times back, where you said when the ruling party tries to kill the opposition, it is not. There's a way.
That's witchcraft.
Yes, exactly.
It's witchcraft to kill your colleague. That's what Cain did to Abel. It's witchcraft to kill an opposition party. You are making the political electorate orphans. The electorate in Nigeria are gradually becoming political orphans. The reason there is an election day is that people go to vote.
Vote for either this.
Yes. So when you come to vote and we are told we are in a multi-party, that's my point. But it is only one option you have. If you don't like it, if you like it, your choice now is inconsequential.
Very, very bad situation there. But let's take a look at other matters. The Tinubu cabinet, aviation sector struggles to stay aloft in turbulent skies. And when you hear the stories, it speaks to the economy. Just a couple of days back, Uganda launched its own national carrier. Uganda Airline, yes. Uganda Airline. And one would wonder, where is Nigeria in all of the mix here?
Oh, we have Nigerian Air.
We don't have Nigerian Air.
We used to have
Nigerian Airways, but
we used to also have Nigerian Airways.
Yes.
It's now shortened to Air.
Which
is the air has now evaporated.
Exactly. You know, so where does this leave us? Because back in the days, we used to have about
Nigeria
80,
Airways
about
used to
80
be the
airlines.
choice airline in Africa. Now, I think if you ask me, I'll put in to Ethiopian
Airline, Rwandan Airline,
Maroc,
yes,
yes,
Air Maroc.
So, well, Henry, we can just congratulate Uganda, and you see that is a tangible milestone the president of Uganda can point at, and everybody will see. Here we are pointing at abstracts, not tangibles.
Well, the president said sweep them clean. What that meant was one-party system is good. So whatever it is that we get, I think that is coming from that, unfortunately. But let's take a look at the Daily Trust newspaper. Niger flawed. The family loses 12 members. Over 50 Almajiris missing. Innocent, I want to believe that we are tired now in Nigeria of this Niger flood.
Niger or Niger?
I don't.
Is the Niger?
Is the Niger? Okay, I thought it's Niger. Niger flood.
It's
yes.
in Mokwa.
Yes, Niger flood. Rather. I do not know. Our preparedness to some of these things have been lackluster.
No, we have very good records with emergencies.
Really?
Yes, Nigeria is very reactionary to emergency. We are not proactive. So you will soon hear, oh, we went there, we rescued this, but we never forestalled. I was watching one of the channels on cable. Do you know what those people do? They are storm chasers. Storm chasers. They look for where the storm will happen and chase.
And know the direction it is.
You know. You watch, they say, oh, people in Texas are to evacuate. Even in Africa, I've watched where Morocco evacuated people, camped them, and gave them stationary medical facilities with all the welfare they will need. Here, the government will tell you, Kogi and Benue Valley will be flooded. We have told the people to move, and they've done their job. You know, so it's quite, at a time we are struggling with economy and insecurity. Henry, adding flooding to it is, our hearts go out to those in Mokwa. You know, Mokwa is not far from the bank of River Niger.
Okay.
If you cross from Ilorin through Jeba, that's the first, it's a very commercial, viable city or town out there in the Niger State. A mix of Nupe, Hausa, Yoruba kind of.
Yes, very, very, very true. And if this were to happen in other countries, I love to believe the president of such a country would have gone visiting. But Nigeria, it's a different case. I would love to believe even if we lose 1 million Nigerians, do you think the president might desire to visit, or like usual, send his representatives?
Let's hope the president surprises us this time.
Oh, go visit him.
Let's
All right.
surprise us.
Let's just hope he does that, and maybe we might add that to his term, his end of one term. Yes, the end of the one term.
Okay,
the 4 years.
The second
yes,
term.
of course, we are done with the midterm. So whatever
Well,
comes,
just one day
yes. So whatever comes after would come on the last day. Yes, exactly. But let's take a look at other matters from the Guardian newspaper. Manufacturers Association of Nigeria decry over 18,000 job cuts. Hostile environment, rather. Innocent Aduluba. Being an entrepreneur in Nigeria now is like it's like giving yourself a very sumptuous meal and injecting in it something that would slowly weaken you. That's what it looks like right now. It's the best meal, but you have injected something that would immobilize you.
I was trying to get the name of this. I used to know it when the Bushmen tribe in Southern Africa wants to kill an animal. Okay. They will shoot a dart at it containing that poison. And so the animal goes weak, and go and just lie and wait for them. Somewhere. I'm trying to remember the name of that. So that's what you are talking about. First of all, I've been in 1 or 2 meetings with MAN in my professional work life. It's always a sympathy gathering. The president of Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Shehu Kadiri, always advocates for government to give them consideration as employers of labor in the areas of rebate for power.
Electricity, that
you know, you are an employer of labor, your tax is sky high. You not to talk about the loan facility in double digits. And then let's ask, are we not sure we can now count to these manufacturers on our fingers? Because what we get is, with this now, we may unfortunately hear that more manufacturers are on the exodus. It's, I don't know, let's just leave it there.
Yes.
Because the manufacturers still, it hardly brings good. People struggle to manufacture, and that's where, to some extent, standards are compromised.
Very true. Very, very, very true. And while this is on the very top of the same newspaper, we have a congratulatory message from who now? His Excellency Senator Abdul Aziz Yari Abubakar, Sokoto, Shetima, Zamfara, whatever it is, a senator representing that constituency. He is busy celebrating with the leader of Nigeria on his 2 years.
But I told you that President Tinubu has done well. If you doubt it, ask his cronies. Don't ask those who are not in his camp.
All right, but let's take a look at all the matters here. Amnesty International says gunmen killed 10,217 persons in 7 states of Nigeria. That's on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Nigeria, we don't have a conventional adversary, warfare. Yeah, warfare. What we rather have is the internal skirmishes here and there, but it's proving beyond police action.
President Tinubu has scored himself very high on security. So maybe this news may not really matter, because all of these were compilations within his tenure. It's sad. It's sad that these people were propagated in Nigeria and have come to stay. Because you would think in those days, oh, Lawrence Anini, soon they'll catch them. Oh, Monday Osumbo, soon they'll catch them. Today, you are rather afraid of traveling. You have to possibly look for that exorbitant air fee, and you will pay the fee while weeping.
Yes.
But you are safe.
Yeah.
Then you take the road and you don't know the uncertainty shroud. So a lot of people have alluded that the government is complicit. The government is yet to refute that. So security, what a time to be a Nigerian. What a time to be a Nigerian. It's not easy at all.
Very true. There's a sad reality there. But of course, that is what is staring us right in our faces. We would have loved to take some more, but we've exhausted everything we have from our newspaper.
No, there is no space.
Because it is filled up with adverts and congratulatory, messages from
and the president must be celebrated.
Yeah, and I truly do hope that he sees some of these things. Of course, when someone is praised for something he did not do, there's this thing about it that makes you want to embrace it as much as you would want to. Because if you don't, it means you are telling people that you're guilty of inefficiency.
Well, the president is a happy man. He is being celebrated across the media, and those media are visible across the world. So if there is any other summit, he will stroll in there as the performing president.
All right, so let's see how that goes. I think we'll have to drop it at this particular point, and just to let you know, Innocent will be right here to take us on our main conversation, but he will be joined with Barrister Wale Ogunwade. Yes, exactly. He will be joining us on our main conversation. That is when we return. WAEC under fire over examination delays and collapsed the hall. That in a bit is still Enterprise Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't go anywhere.